shoes off with my team.
Oh, so cold, I swear my flow froze. All I need some G.
Listen, work a certain system as we travel the distance. Take me to another town, show them how we get down. So many taking credit for something they didn't earn. Jordan and Cedric gonna be the ones that make them learn. And those are real names.
Look, money is a major issue. So just know when I mention paper, I ain't talking about tissue.
Yes. Just know when we mention paper, we are not talking about tissue. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Saturday morning, so you know what that means. You're at the bus stop. We're starting a little bit late today. We know. You know, the bus be slow sometimes. But we're here. What's up, guys? I'm Gemini. That's Statik. What's up, Statik?
What's up, man?
How goes it? Yes, sir.
It goes, man.
We
it goes.
Are getting it together. It goes, man. It's been a wild week here in Denver, I say, in the sports world, and I think we can get into it today. We got a lot to talk about. We were gonna have Coach Cody on, but I think we may have to get them on here next time. Him and his players, but that's okay because I feel like we always have a lot to talk about. So
there's always more to talk about. Always more.
Man, there's so much to talk about that's happened since I feel like last Saturday for sure. And just a short time is wild to see how much has happened. So, guys, you know how we do. We'll be talking Mile High sports today. We got some segments. We'll be trying to bring in our Mile High headlines. We have Cool or Corny. We'll try to get that going. And then our music lineup is our new segment, Statik Stamp, right? So we'll be giving you Statik's professional point of view on the music stream, right? And then we'll wrap it up from there. So we'll try to keep it tuned, keep you guys locked in, and get some good information out there to you. And you know how we always do. We hit you off with that promo. So we'll get it going, and then we'll get right into it. So, guys, hit us up in the chat, join in on the conversation, and then hang out at the bus stop. Oh, man. Mile High headlines. Let's see. I think I got a little overlay or something for the headlines somewhere in here. Thought I did. There we go.
Highlights, Main.
Highlights, Main.
All about them highlights.
All about them highlights, man. I feel like last Saturday, I wish I had clips from last Saturday, because last Saturday, I feel like our conversation around the Nuggets was a little bit different, right? We're like, don't know what's going on. They're going to run it back. You know what I mean? Maybe see what's going, they haven't gotten anybody. It was the same team from last year.
Yep. And then all it took was 72 hours from that conversation, really.
72. Man, I take back what I said about the Nuggets office and Ben Tenzer and Jonathan Wallace over there, man, because God bless, they work like a two-headed monster, right? They got to work. They went immediately. They flipped the MPJ contract. They brought in Cam Jordan, or what's his name? Cam Johnson. And then they were able to bring in Bruce Brown because they're paying Cam Johnson almost half of what they're paying MPJ. So they got that money off. They got Bruce Brown in. Then they turned around. They went and they traded Dario Saric for Jonas Valanciunas.
Yep.
They were able to bring him in. We'll see about that. They went and they signed Tim Hardaway Jr.
Yep.
And who else? Did we get anybody else?
Nope, that was it. The four.
Yeah. Besides the coaches.
Yeah, exactly.
Been coaching coaches.
Yeah, and what's unique in that same conversation we had last week was I had a spin on it where it's like, well, this might be also something that could be perceived as a positive thing, having two GMs maybe in the long run, and it might be something that sparks interest within other teams to kind of copy and paste that and duplicate it and maybe do exactly what we're doing if it works out and ends up being successful. It could be either one way or the other. And, we're seeing the matter of, like you said, the two-headed beast really putting in the work.
Yeah, it is wild, man. Like, especially having to unscramble, right? All the jumbled mess we had from the past 2 years, even, man. Like,
Yeah.
gosh, like, so, and then, yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to see if teams do follow this
Right.
model because because it does seem like for the longest teams were kind of hindered, like, oh well, shoot, we're trying to skirt against the apron, especially if we're not a championship contender, we don't think we truly are, or this and that, or how are we going to spin. But they just showed, man, you just got to go in and you talk to people. Relationships, that's all I'll say.
They didn't shy away from it one bit. They dove in deep, they hit it head first, and they got some things accomplished. It really proves what you could do and what you're capable of doing, and always never count yourself out. Always consider yourself the X factor in your conference.
Scared money don't make no money, man.
Yeah,
that is totally true. And then so they did go, and so then what is it, yesterday or the day before, we heard Jonas Valanciunas is looking to go play overseas. He wants to go play for Greece.
Right, and that's an interesting one. I kind of mostly get it. It plays into several factors. Some of it being money, some of it being contending force in a league that he's comfortable with, he's accustomed to. But really, it ends up being pretty much the same financially, honestly, in terms of the contracts. When you look at the overall numbers of everything, he had a 2-year contract with us that banked him about 12 million, up to 16. But from the statement I read, it said that Valanciunas would pocket 4.2 to 5 million after all his taxes that come into play with being in the States, being in Colorado specifically, and then he's scheduled to make around 12 million over 3 years in the Euro League. Both of them being championship contenders with whatever team he went with. But when it comes down to the bottom line, he's going to make a little bit more in Europe because his contract there is a guaranteed with taxes already taken out. So with what he's seeing, he was scheduled for the 10 to 12 here, but that was not considering taxes that he had to pay, which is that Colorado state tax, the jock tax, the escrow withholding, agent fees, and et cetera, et cetera.
Wow. That is wild, but apparently, they're saying it does open up maybe some new opportunities. As well.
Next man up, always. I don't really know what options that leaves us with, but we're always with a two-headed beast. I feel like we could still pull something from under our sleeves.
That's totally true, right? Especially after they did that, who knows what they got and they can pull out. So like you said, he had that 3 year or 3 year 12 million euro contract.
And it's a 2-year deal. 2-year deal with us. So you're 16.
But I mean, there's still centers out there though, right? There's Al Horford. It would be. I know Golden State's gearing up to pretty much get Al Horford.
Yeah, and I fear that Horford is just another DeAndre Jordan at this point. That's my big concern. I felt like Valanciunas was a great add-on. He's a bully in the paint. He really is that force under the rim. So that was disappointing to see. Hopefully, nothing's finalized yet. Valanciunas is in Europe already. He has a verbal commitment, but nothing written in stone yet. So something could change over the course of him finalizing anything out there, where he opts out and says, you know what, actually, NBA has been good to me. Denver does seem like I could really make some moves there and do something there. And you get to play with the legend himself, man. I mean, you get to play with not Europe's greatest, not NBA's greatest, but the greatest in the world, under Jokic. So
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, that it's just wild. I guess I get it. I guess if you don't think you're a backup too.
but that's also where like I feel weird about it all. Is it's like, why wouldn't you want to play less minutes, be better to your body, reserve yourself for the same pay in 2-year contract over 3? With having that championship contention ability and not have to use and abuse your body and be so relied on.
Mm-hmm. And then go and if you're still lit, then go and be it next year. Shoot, build
Right.
up and chill. But yeah, that's wild that because I think he is gonna take the exit, right? He decided he was gonna go.
Yeah, it's a verbal commitment at this point. But I mean, like I said, verbal commitments, we see how that goes in college football, right? They flip flop real quick and they uncommit real fast. So when they're
Yeah,
with the papers in front of them, they have to consider all factors, and that happens to change where they feel like they want to go. So
yeah, that is true. Do you think the Nuggets won free agency?
I think the Valanciunas deal and how that's going right now kind of takes that away, takes a little wind from under our sail. But when that deal was solidified and that trade was made, I felt like, yeah, 100%. Nuggets won the free agency battle. They had won offseason switch ups. They had won everything at that point, up to that point. And then this kind of threw a curveball our way where I feel like we're still leading the way to be the best offseason pickups free agency out there, but we still got work to do now. It was solidified and we only had to add in a couple of additions, maybe if we needed to. But now we're in a position where we're like, cool, now we still need a center. Now we're just like the Lakers a week ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And yeah, there's not too much talent out there. But I think, I'd rather be in this position where at least, we do have a little bit of money. We can go and sign someone.
Well, yeah, because that's going to open up our 2 years of salary cap with them going to Europe. That's just going to go to somebody else who's worth it,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Who wants that bag?
We'll see. I mean, I think we're a destination players want to come to. So I think we should hopefully be able to pull somebody in, but that's going to be it, man. That's going to be our Achilles heel if we don't get a center in. Like, I don't think DeAndre Jordan is it.
No.
I wouldn't mind having him if we have to, but I just think it would suck.
I'm still in that firm belief that he should be the defensive coach for the Nuggets. He belongs with the clipboard at this point in time in his career. I think he's done great things. He's been there. He's done it. But I feel like he's hit past his prime. He's not really worth it to us on the court itself, but he's still useful to us in that morale sense. He really brings the team confidence when he's talking them up, this and that. So I like DeAndre Jordan overall, but I think his playing days as an effective minutes are over. Yeah,
and that's the thing. Like, we need a center that's going to be effective.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, that's the key word right there. Is effective minutes. Jokic needs that relief. He needs to know that he doesn't have to be watching the game when he's on the bench. He could actually catch his breath. He could relax. He could think about 10 plays ahead.
Yeah. So, let's see. Yeah, there's really. Were we looking at Brook Lopez?
No, I'm pretty sure Brook Lopez signed with. Who did he sign with? I know that he had signed with somebody already, so Brook Lopez is already off the market.
We're bringing Dario Saric back. Miles Turner signed with.
Oh yeah, he signed with the Clippers.
Naz Reid re-signed.
Yeah, Brook Lopez is effectively Jonas Valanciunas' replacement in LA.
Wow.
Well, no, because
what did they do with
Valanciunas was with the Kings. I mean, so
the Kings?
He went to, yeah, Brooks with the Kings.
And then Mo Wagner re-signed. Did Clint Capella? Oh yeah, Clint Capella signed with the Rockets, right?
Yeah,
I think so.
I think that really
Precious Achiuwa. You know, the Nuggets have been trying to get rid of what's his face, Rui Hachimura.
Yeah.
Forward, but he's a stretch forward, right? I think he could.
Yeah, I mean that's I don't. What's his height and his weight?
Kayvon Looney, because they're not going to re-sign him once they sign Al Horford, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we could pick him up. Yeah. The Lakers re-signed Luke Cornett, I think, or no?
Rui is 6'8", 230 pounds, and that's what I really liked about Jonas Valanciunas, man, is he had that stature to him that really just made him a force under the rim, man, and that's what I really wanted for us. Was just somebody who had that big body. It wasn't just playmaking ability. I don't really want scrawny. I don't want scrawny in height. It's time
Right.
that we get that bully in there that's just got that frame to him.
Yep. The actual center. So, we have an actual game plan that changes it up, right?
Yeah.
When the center comes in, they don't just have to keep playing because they know we're just going to keep trying to play that two-man game with Murray. We need like someone is going to come in and they can change up and play, a completely different game plan.
Exactly. We have that real strict offense and defense. When we go up by 10 and we can sit Jokic and give him his bench time and all that, we're going to go in there and not put up as many points as if he's in, but also keep points off the board for the opposing team.
Mm-hmm. That is totally true, man.
Yep.
Shoot. Avalanche making moves too.
Yeah, definitely. They acquired what's his name? I cannot think of his name at the top of my head.
Let's see. I just heard about him too. I know my friend said she did not like him.
Well, yeah, it's probably because he's defense. We're really struggling in the sense of offense.
Is it Brent Burns?
Yeah.
Or Parker Kelly?
And I really feel like it's just we're playing into heavy defense on the Avs, which isn't bad, but we need to put those goals on the board. So, and I feel like with Gabriel Landeskog back, I think we really do get that back. So I feel like they were good pickups, honestly, because that's one thing that we were really missing was getting back down to ice in time to stop these free runs that these guys were getting on us to just get breakaways. And it'd be a one-on-one where they score.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kind of same thing, different sport.
Well, I feel like last season that was it, right? Like teams were scoring in spurts on them, and the only time they were winning games is when they were able to score 4 or 5 goals
In the last
able
minute
to get over on them. Yeah, and they would stretch out the game, and then next thing you know, it's an Avalanche win.
Right, too many overtimes last season.
Mm-hmm.
Too many shootouts. We really just got to put some goals up and be able to hold them to zeros, if not just one goal. Because we could put up multiple. We could put up 5 or 6 goals a game, but that's also with allowing the opponent to score 5 goals on us in the first two periods, and then we're doing the comeback game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And what was it? Their power play wasn't the best last season either.
No, not at all. I
don't know anything about hockey. I just know it's fun to watch.
Yeah, they killed a lot of our power plays a lot. Unless the Avalanche are a different team in the third period. It's crazy to watch, honestly, how they just kind of slouch and they'll get a couple of goals in the first couple of periods, playing from behind the whole time, and then out of nowhere, the third period when the game is on the line and they know it and their backs to the wall, you just see them go off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, kind of like how the Broncos used to be.
Yeah.
When they had Tim Tebow, right? On Tim Tebow's days, they'd suck in the first half and third quarter.
Yeah. It's the same with the Nuggets during our championship year. One of my favorite things that I heard from a friend was that the Nuggets play with their food for the first 3 quarters and then they eat in the fourth.
Yeah, that's what we thought was going to happen against OKC, right?
Yeah.
So they're still dominant like that, and it's just they're tired, man.
Yeah, battered and bruised, and it's just it was hard to watch at times, and it just really kind of took the wind out of our sail, honestly, when they just kept putting up numbers on us, kept going, and it was just us constantly having to put numbers back on the board ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at these messages.
You are good.
Man, traffic is wild today downtown. I'll tell you.
Man, when isn't traffic crazy? Honestly, I came back from Colorado Springs on I-25 the other day, and it was stop and go all the way up until I hit Castle Rock, and then cleared again for like 10 minutes and 10 miles of Castle Rock I-25, and then went straight back into stop and go traffic once I hit Metro. It took
Yeah.
me a little over 2 hours, probably about 2 hours, 20 minutes to get from Springs back to North Westminster where I live.
I know it's been super wild lately. I feel like for it to be the off season, traffic's too stupid.
Yeah. Yep.
Right
If
now.
anybody's watching and you don't know and you've never been here, we got California traffic at times, man. It's nuts.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's old school Denver if everybody's busy and doing something and they're off the roads. But, man, have a Nuggets game, a Broncos game, Avalanche game, Rockies game even, and traffic just sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Rockies don't even play until tonight.
Yep. Yep, and they're
So,
the Rockies are the Rockies still, They're it's all hopes for next year always with us.
I've given up on not going to the games.
We have the possibility of, if we get 6 more wins, we won't be the worst team to ever play the sport in an entire season. But, we still got to get 6 more games.
They're
And
not
we're playing.
getting 6 more wins.
Yeah, and we currently played just yesterday the team that holds that record, which is the Chicago White Sox. Chicago White Sox are
And
already
lost.
we're at 29 games, or they're at 29 wins already for the season, the White Sox, and the Rockies are still holding strong at 20, man. So we just need to get 6 more wins, and we will not hold that record. But, we're coming real quick on the end of the season. So, we got – I don't even know how many games left, but it's under, I think, 25, 20 maybe.
Yeah, because they're 20 and 68, and there's how many games? 114 or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like 110 or somewhere. So many games in baseball, but they've already played
162.
162. Oh, they're not even halfway. Then they're at they're halfway. They're at 80.
Major League Baseball season, each team plays 162 games. This is the standard number of games played by each of the 30 teams in the league during the regular season.
162 games. We've only won 20 out of 80 something.
Yeah.
We've won a quarter of the games. So at that rate, we're gonna win 40 games.
And we'll be a 100-game losing team, which is pretty.
We'll be a 120-game losing team. I am not gonna go watch the Rockies.
Nah, and I am. Like I've always said, it's the most affordable ticket you can get in Colorado.
That's true. I remember when the Nuggets are garbage.
Yeah, it was $14 a ticket, and that was for nice close seating in the 100 section.
You could go see the Nuggets, the Avalanche, and the Rockies all in the same week for less than $100. Probably less than $75.
Yep.
That is wild. Now you can barely go. The Rockies is the only team. Well, the Rapids, if you want to get into that realm, you have to venture out and then go and watch them, and then the rugby team too.
Right.
The Mammoth.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And now just for the nosebleeds, if you want to see a Nuggets game,
you better find a scalper.
Yeah, it ranges from $100 to $200 for a regular season game. So if you're in the playoffs, you're looking at $250 to $300, $400 for a playoff game at home in the nosebleeds.
That is wild.
Yeah, that section 100 is upwards of like $500 to $800 these days.
Yeah. Yeah, and then wait until they move the Broncos stadium. They were already talking about doing seat license for ticket holders, for season ticket holders, $30,000 a seat.
Yeah, and it makes sense. And It's always politics with those
Oh.
kind of moves.
What's the rugby team?
What the Denver's rugby team?
Yeah,
We have one.
I guess Mammoth is lacrosse.
Yeah.
I go see lacrosse. Isn't it like I've never watched a lacrosse game. If you like lacrosse, invite me to your lacrosse game. Denver Barbarians.
Yeah, the Barbarians
team.
RFC.
I think I was thinking about lacrosse the whole time though, as the sport. No,
I was actually impressed that we have a rugby team. To be honest, that's something that I wasn't familiar with.
Yeah, maybe Denver Barbarians Rugby Football Club. Let's go. Let's go watch their game.
Yeah, I'm down. Definitely, I love rugby, but it's just not something that I knew that we had locally. To be honest, it's one of those very.
They got a lot of gear. Oh, I guess they've been around for a while.
1967.
They're one of the best rugby clubs in the world.
Are they really?
That's what they say. Dang, these guys they look like some rugby players.
Oh man, that's what we need to up our game on. Then let's go see a rugby game here soon.
Ray, I'm gonna sign up for this newsletter, and that way, and hopefully stay on top of it. Bleed green, I like it already.
Yeah, you don't hear that in Colorado often. All we get is bleed orange and blue.
Right. Dang, yeah. Let's see. Some rugby. What's that, Sam? You need to go to scout. Yeah, you do, right? Exactly. Kicker, lineman too, right? Man, those guys, right? I feel like those dudes could play tight end, kicker. Wasn't there a running back for Kansas City that was an Australian rugby player?
I believe you're correct.
Last year.
And their schedule is very, very small. Seems like they got.
Were you able to find it?
Yeah, the summer 2025 sevens schedule. Denver Barbarians at Bloodfest Sevens, June 14th.
Yeah, Brett Veach. Oh, I guess he plays the Jaguars now.
Denver Barbarians host Denver Sevens, June 28th in Cook Park.
Oh, wait, there's another one in Denver? They're all Denver teams? Oh, it's a league, I guess.
Yeah.
Denver Sevens selects. Oh, dang, okay. I think I like the Sevens better. I'm not saying any reasoning behind it, but...
You're going to see me next week rocking some Denver Barbarians gear.
Well, the Sevens is orange and blue.
Hey, there you go.
Oh.
I'm with the green and gold.
All right. I like the green, too. Dang, yeah, they've been doing this for a minute.
Yeah. And they play, even though it's Denver teams and like Denver League, it seems like they play out of state often. You got a game in Austin, Texas, game in Kansas City, game in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, let's go.
Something we definitely need to start looking into to see, get involved in that a little bit. I know we got some rugby fans up in here.
Right? Oi, oi, oi. What up, beautiful beard bastards? Welcome on. Yeah, kicker, fullback, linebacker. Honestly, like, probably quarterback, too, if you think about it. I know, I got to get a Colorado Spartans jersey. Actually, let me look at that right now. See what I need to afford this jersey. Let's see. I know. I'm talking about all these other teams. Got to worry about the Spartans, son.
$65.
$65 for what?
Spartans jersey number 1.
Oh, nice. That's not bad. Like NFL jerseys are like $240.
Yeah, I remember when I went to Tennessee, me being a Titans fan, I went to Nissan Stadium and went to their shop, and it was, I think, a year or two after that they had gotten rid of Mariota. They had the on-field official jerseys for Mariota, and I think it was going for like $350 back in like 2021 for
All
official
right.
field.
Buy one online, says the guy. On air purchase. All right, I'm gonna put up my Cash App. You guys Zell me. We'll get an on air purchase going. I think I'm more like a $25 t-shirt guy. Oh, I like this hat, so
I'm not the biggest fan of their jersey design, to be 100% honest.
yeah.
It's a very kind of bland, without pads design, really, where like it doesn't seem like it's on field fitted. It almost looks like
Shoot. Spartans need to send me one. Hey, Colorado Spartans, y'all go ahead and send Gemini and Statik some jerseys, Sam Shady some jerseys. You know what I mean? Make sure to say this Colorado Spartan so we can clip up this short and put it out there.
We'll rock it every week. That goes to any Denver team. Any Denver team for any Denver sport, you send us some gear, we're wearing it. We're going to open it and unbox it live.
Hey, there we go. See? Got 5 on it. Now, what you need to have 5 on is some Shady Sports Network gear.
Yep.
And some Fantasy Reports gear.
Yep. What we got to do is a merch swap.
Get my shipment in on that.
And that goes for artists too, Denver artists. You know, I know we got like EDM artists and all that. They got them jerseys and all that stuff. Send it our way. We'll rock it. We'll support. We'll show love.
Oh, definitely show love. We love gear. We love gear. We love rocking it. I don't care what team it is, unless it's, if it's like Kansas City or something, I might put it behind me on the wall.
Yeah, right? You'll see me be like just like John Gruden in here doing unboxing lives.
Hey, we'll get some unboxings on. I'm with that. I did an unboxing for Manscaped when I had it. Nice. Yeah, we got the Fantasy Report shirts. We got the hats. You know what I mean? Got the Shady Sports Network shirts and hats, the beanies, the hoodies. Come on now.
Real official.
We're rocking gear.
I'm always rocking mine.
Hey, see? So I got to get up to date on my Shady Sports and my Fantasy Reports first. And then I can spend on other people's. But yeah, we got... I don't think there's really too much other than the Nuggets except for like the coach hirings. They
did land a couple of good coaches that were players. They got a lot of familiarity, a lot of experience.
Yeah, I know we got to get that freestyle Saturday, Symbiosis Saturday. Get linked up. Nah, I mean, yeah, we got a couple player coaches that people know, a couple championship caliber.
One of them being Jared Dudley.
Jared Dudley. We got him from the Mavericks. We got JJ Barrera. We got who's another one we got? It's pretty much a whole new coaching staff, and they didn't keep any of the coaching staff.
The third that you're not thinking of is the most popular one in terms of like local celebrity status. It's
because he went to Denver, right?
Rodney Billups, Chauncey Billups' brother.
Yeah, so that's pretty dope. So
local legend himself.
They couldn't get Chauncey Billups in the coach, so they got his brother.
I'm okay with that. I'm not the biggest Chauncey Billups fan. Hate me or love me for that, but I have my own personal opinions on him that I'll keep to myself for now. We'll save that for a later segment.
What did you say? He ain't Allen Iverson? Oh, man. Come on now. And didn't Chauncey Billups win a championship?
With the Pistons.
All right. He couldn't win it with the Nuggets. He couldn't be like LeBron and go back to his hometown and win it.
Nope. Couldn't do it. He tried. He did come back to us.
Why do people hate on LeBron's greatness? Isn't he like one of the only players to do that?
Yeah, I think it's more of a debate. I don't think they hate on his greatness because I think he is considered top 5, even in my opinion, even with me not liking him at all. He is a top 5 greatest, but there's that debate if he's the top number 1 greatest.
And that's Kobe.
And that's Kobe. And then you got MJ. And then you got maybe potentially LeBron. But even there's competition between that top 3 spot with him. Where would
you put Curry?
Curry, I'd put him. Well, let's see. maybe we got to do a segment on this for next week for our top 10 greatest of all time players. But I got Kobe, I got MJ, and then I got, man, it's a tough one because I really like Magic and what he did. I really like Bird and what he did. Like, how do you put LeBron ahead of those two? How do you put him above Kareem?
I think it's a matter of not seeing those players is how people put them over, right?
Yeah,
Not
they're
seeing
seeing
those
a
players
current
live.
legend. Yeah, they see the current legend, the current greatness. You got Bill Russell. You got Bill Russell has how many championship rings? 12 or something like that. Like that. There's so many other debates where like you go into what you know as opposed to looking at the history of the sport itself. And there's so many greats that it's hard to define and put LeBron even in the top 5 for me when it comes to overall greatness. He's the greatest of right now. I'll give him that hands down. He is the greatest active player to play the sport.
LeBron.
Yeah, that's where I'll give him his flowers.
It's not SGA. Seems like it, right?
Man, I'm telling you, nah. They got OKC has another thing coming when it comes to next season. We took them to Game 7, and that's the one thing that everybody's been talking about is that we took them to Game 7 with people on our IR that should have been on IR, pretty much.
Yeah, with people that shouldn't have been in the league.
Right, and so we got people added in now that really, even if we didn't get a center, and you put us in that Game 7 with who we have now, OKC don't stand a chance against Tim Hardaway Jr., Cam Johnson, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's one of those things where it's just blasphemous to say that the Nuggets got walked on, got dog walked, or anything like that. No, we put up the best fight in the playoffs that they had.
Yeah, well, wasn't there was just an article Lou Dort just put out, or well, he didn't put it out, but an article put out. Lou Dort said the Nuggets had him shook.
Yeah, we did. They didn't know how to answer us for a lot of the time, man. There was games that they thought they were just going to clean house, and we took it to them. Game 1 being that first one, we set an example in that Game 1, taking it to them in their own house. After us running a Game 7 series just before that, having 2 days
against the Clippers.
Yeah, got 2 days off. We fly out to OKC and take it to them in their house. That was a statement of statements.
Mm-hmm.
And that spoke volumes, man.
That definitely did, especially with it just shows you like just get Joker a little bit of help, man. Yeah. And unfortunately, without a center, it doesn't seem like there's much help. Even though there is all this other help, there doesn't seem like there's much help anymore.
Yeah.
Because all these other guys, I don't know, they just don't matter as much. Like,
no, they're all fill-ins essentially, and it's all just kind of like a next man up kind of deal, except for that backup position for Jokic.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see what they do. I still think they were one of the winners in free agencies for sure.
Yeah, and they went to from being the winner to being one of the winners, and it's really how we move forward from this Jonas switch up on us to define where we fall in that. If we don't land anything and we just move on with what we currently got, it puts us as one of the better free agencies. But if we can land somebody that really fills that role that we really want Jonas to be, then that puts us in winning the free agency overall.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you can't forget about Cam Johnson too, man. We cannot downgrade what this guy is too. Like, this guy is not going to be MPJ. He ain't going to sit in the corner.
He's
and
a sniper.
Just wait for the shot to come to him.
He's a sniper. He's an on-the-move sniper. He will take you out 1,000 feet out on the move with only the points in his crosshairs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. At about $17 million less than MPJ. So, I think it'll be okay, but still, and then Dario Saric, he didn't play for us at all, so that didn't matter. But it looks like we're gonna be back to having. Do we even still have Zeke Naji?
Yeah, we still got Naji.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Naji, Holmes, DeAndre Jordan, like pretty much covering that spot right now. As long as we get Holmes back, fully recovered, healthy. see really what he can do. He is big enough to play that role, but it's just another scrawny dude in the paint.
All right. Keep it moving along. Start moving down the road. So we'll see. I mean, I think, they're still going to do good. Right? They're still going to be up there as a contender. But it's like, gosh, man, we got to keep the foot in the gas.
Yep, exactly. Can't take a break. Can't hold off. Can't assume that we got anything in the bag. It's still putting in the work. Still got to put in the work.
Yep. But we can take a break. So let's go ahead and take a promo really quick. Got a couple of crazy articles for Cool Corny, and we'll get into that music segment and get it going. So, guys, you're rocking with us over here at the bus stop, just hanging out, kicking it. It's Gemini, Statik, we're talking some Mile High sports, specifically Denver Nuggets and all the crazy moves that they've been making in that day. Things that have happened over the past couple of days. So let us know what you think about the moves that Nuggets made. How do you feel they did in this free agency period? Not having a draft pick, I think they did a really good job to revitalize and be able to focus on their youth by bringing in those vets and not having to depend on the youth so much. But, of course, we lose the center. So let us know what you guys think about the Nuggets moves, the coaching moves, all moves NBA, or whatever it is around Denver. We'd love to hear about it. Jump in the chats. I'm Gemini, that's Statik. We'll take a break real quick. We'll be right back, guys. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe.
Well, that's the story of my life. No respect. No respect.
My name is Anton Popov, and this is my 6th year of college football. Training during the hottest times of the day is a recipe for muscle cramps, which is why electrolytes are so important. Hydration is crucial for my performance. Dragon Salt eliminates muscle cramps and boosts your overall energy level. Whether it's a weight room or field session, I fuel up with Dragon Salt beforehand. It's been a game changer for me, and it'll be a game changer for you.
Check out this guy's giant head. It's like a big apple on a little stick.
Sit close, but not too close. With StubHub, choose the right seat for you.
Like a big apple on a little stick. Hey, dude. Screw you.
I use StubHub. I like StubHub.
Yeah. I used our SeatGeek code. I think it's Sam Shady.
Yep.
And I got $20 off my Atmosphere and Friends tickets yesterday.
Nice. Very nice.
Yeah, guys. So
StubHub, SeatGeek.
StubHub, SeatGeeks, use our codes, and you get some money off. Even if it's just, $10-$20, it kind of helps with these fees. Exactly. I feel like it handled fees for one of my tickets.
You don't want to pay fees? Use our code.
Yeah. Or go to the box office.
Yep. Both logical options. That's what I do.
But our code saves you a trip.
Exactly. You don't want to go. Nobody wants to go to Denver Coliseum and Globeville.
Right. I was about to. If it didn't work, luckily it worked. I had little disclosure. I had to use my wife's email because I had already used the SeatGeek code one time before. So that's why I didn't know if it was going to work or not. Not that it doesn't work. So use that code. I think it's Sam Shady. And then the same thing on StubHub. It's either Sam Shady or Shady Sports.
Man, maybe we'll do a special live segment that day. I believe it's September 19th. Maybe we could do a show from Red Rocks in the lots.
Well, that was the plan, right?
Yeah.
And then, it'd be tight if we could, yeah.
We'll pull it together. We'll see y'all at Atmosphere. We'll be doing a live segment from the lots.
Yeah, we'll be out there trying to meet some peeps.
Yep.
Doing our own little meet and greets.
Exactly. That'll be a special, probably music-only segment.
Mm-hmm. the bus stop hanging with the homies edition.
Yep.
I like it.
Bus Stop and Friends, featuring Atmosphere and Friends.
Right. It's a good lineup too, though.
Oh yeah.
My
my
I've never
favorite.
seen, huh?
My favorite is gonna be Cunning Linguist, hands down.
Cunning Linguist, yes.
Most underrated underground artists I've ever listened.
I've never seen Immortal Technique.
I have. It was mostly good overall. They're great. They're a great group overall, but you know, it's one of those things. Or well, not group, Immortal Technique solo.
Yeah,
but
he fits right in though. I feel like
he does. It's just more. It's a very New York,
super New York. But as it's okay, yeah, okay. As in the sense of okay, but I think as far as lyricism, he fits into this lineup. But as far as like okay, yeah, you got living legends, right, and Atmosphere, who always kind of positivity. But if you listen to living legends, though, a lot of those guys too, they like get pretty deep and political too. It's just definitely in a different. It's not as like in your face as the Immortal Technique is and stuff, and then like songs about just wild and craziness, right? You got Atmosphere talking the song about smiling, and then you got so it's like it'll be every end of the spectrum, but I think it'll be an amazing show though.
Right. Scale everything down. All of these artists that are in this lineup make you think through their lyrics, their songs.
Oh yeah.
All of them make you think deeper.
Yeah, they're all pretty lyrical.
Yeah, and you see Slug with Slug of Atmosphere. He does features with living legends, so that's one of the great things that I love to see is when they all roll together. They've been rolling strong. Living legends they've always been their own thing. They've never been under the Rhymesayers umbrella.
Well, they're like the next largest group after Wu-Tang, I feel like.
Yeah, hands down. They've contributed more than people will realize to hip-hop over the past 25, 30 years they've been relevant.
Yeah, well, just I guess because they didn't have any as big of acts. In the West Coast, they're pretty known, and those guys, and like, was it like the 90s and stuff, the late 90s, early 2000s and stuff.
The one thing that we won't see that's always hits deep with me that I wish would come back is Murs being a part.
I was about to say Murs was probably their biggest act when he signed over to Tech 9.
Yeah, Murs,
I think
Murs with Living Legends is unmatchable.
He was probably their most mainstream artist, I think.
Yeah. But that's the thing I loved is how they built those connections. You got living legends who come from all over the place, man. You got West Coast, East Coast, Southern rappers. All of them came. The Grouch and Eli. They branched off and did their own thing. I've seen Grouch and Eli, the Sage, the Grouch Cole Stole Christmas tour. I've been there to hundreds of them. So
yeah, probably saw them thousands, especially out here, right? Like. That's what I was telling my wife. Like out here, you probably catch one of those guys out here almost every weekend.
Yeah, the
most different.
The most unrecognized one is probably the most lyrically stapled is Sunspot Jones. Man, he's a beast.
Sunspot Jones, bro. I got that song with Sunspot Jones. Well, we got him clear. He cleared it for us. Oh man, I gotta find that song, that track. We did with him with Godzilla. If I could pull that up.
Nothing hits like Sunspot Jones and bumping some Purple Kush.
See, yeah, they go deep though.
Yeah, they are exactly like you said, an underground Wu-Tang.
Literally, and I wouldn't even say underground. I mean, in this day and age, right? I guess, yeah, just a deep cut, right? But they did their share of
contributions,
of touring, of dropping hits and contributing to, hip hop as much as anyone else. Like, I'd say you could say they're underground in the sense of how you would say Talib Kweli is underground.
Right. And it's the same with Cunning Linguist, honestly. Cunning Linguist is a baller trio of a group, honestly. You got DJ No, who's one of my favorite lyricists. I don't think I put him. I had Cunning Linguist on my top 10 lyricist list that we did back probably like 5 or 6 episodes ago. There.
Yeah, I think you did have him on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, so I mean, gosh, it's gonna be a good show. It's gonna be a dope show. I haven't been.
Yeah.
Be my first Red Rock show of the year.
Yeah, same for me too, actually. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been up there. I was just talking to some friends yesterday about a show has to be a show in order for me to go. I've been to 1,000+ shows. I've worked over 2,000 shows. So, I mean, in my 12 years in event staffing. So, it has to be a show for me to want to come out. Honestly, I've seen it all, done it all. It really has to be an artist. It really has to be a group. It really has to be a show that I can't miss.
Especially these ticket prices, man. Let me tell you, they are not. You know what I mean? Like, hey, y'all see us doing the show. I am,
Right.
I'm not in a position to be dropping massive for all these tickets, man. It's too much stuff to go to, and it's not like you said. Like, it has to be something like really, really good. I feel like.
Yeah. Which is one thing that I missed out on that I was okay missing out on just because I got to spend some quality time with good friends. But yesterday we had Wu-Tang at Fiddler's Green.
Oh man!
On the Final Chambers tour.
Was it the whole Wu-Tang or what Wu-Tang was it?
That's one thing that disappointed me that made me not really sure if I wanted to go is that Wu-Tang ain't Wu-Tang without Method Man. And the last time I went and saw Wu-Tang, they had Run the Jewels open up for them, which I thought was dope. And
that's dope.
Yeah, you really can't see Run the Jewels for less than $90 when they're by themselves. So, I mean, being able to see Wu-Tang and then just open up for Wu-Tang for a reasonable price, that's justification for me to go see them. But they didn't have Method Man there when I went, so that was a big disappointment to me. It's cool seeing little ODB take over for his dad. Really hone in on those skills and just look like a spinning image of ODB. It's like he hasn't missed a beat.
So wild how crazy how he looks like him, he sounds like him.
Yeah. So that's nice to see and all that, but it's not Wu-Tang without METHOD, man, who I also had on my top 10 lyricist list.
METHOD, man. Yes. Lucky enough I got to see him. I think it was last year we saw him with Redman at Cervantes.
Yeah, and I've seen him a good number of times and all that. He did the 36 Chambers tour at Red Rocks with Wu-Tang, along with Colorado Symphony Orchestra playing the soundtrack to the movie in the background of Wu-Tang. And it was amazing to see, honestly. And I got to hang out with Method Man backstage for a minute, give him his flowers, tell him that he was, one of my top 10s, how much just respect I have for him. And it was a good moment for me. It's something that I'll always cherish.
Yeah, that's wild. Especially when you get to do stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I'm very grateful and humble for the opportunities that I was able to have in my time there. And so I was one of those highlight moments for me. Honestly, I think that I'd have to put that number one moment for me was meeting Method Man.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm mad I didn't go see J. Cole when I worked up there. That would have been.
I did get to see that one. Yeah, that was the year that we worked together up there, and
yeah,
that was a good one.
I still regret that. Like, dang, man.
That was that. What album was it? The Forest something album?
Forest Hills Drive.
Forest Hills Drive. Yeah, because he had it was one of the better stage setups I've seen at Red Rocks, just because he had the whole album cover on there where he has a plot of the roof just on stage and he's just chilling on the roof the whole time. So
dang, see, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it.
One of the weirdest flexes that I've seen at Red Rocks that I was heavily impressed about. I've never seen a production like that. Was actually the Lil Wayne versus Drake tour that was there.
I remember you telling me about that.
That was insanity, man. There's so many levels of production to that. There's so much money put into that tour. So it was crazy to see how much money they're willing to drop into a show to put on a show like that. But it was an entertaining show for sure. So,
well, shoot, when you're making, what they're making to do it, they better be. Yeah,
and that was in probably 2015, 2016 too. So that was in their highlight of Young Money. Now it's old money now, but
now it's just a whole different level. It's just, I don't know, Drake. I mean, even with the Kendrick beef, I feel like he's still dropping hits, still touring.
Yeah, there was a song that came out that I was like, oh, I like this song. Looked at who it was. I was like, damn it. All right, well, I guess I still kind of like Drake.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't Flatbush Zombies dropping an album?
I have not heard that, but that would be something I'd be excited about. I love me some Flatbush.
I had heard that somewhere. Where did I hear that? I thought you told me.
I got to see Flatbush in Flatbush.
Nice.
That was also another little highlight of my life, definitely back in my days of traveling heavily and going in and out of New York for a good solid summer. I went to New York 3 times in one summer, and one time was to go see Flatbush in Flatbush on a block party.
Yeah, that sounds sick.
Yeah, it was a block party show.
Michi Darko's coming out with an album.
And that was when Pro Era was still Pro Era, and I got to see them, and they weren't even that relevant, really, so it was dope to see them and not really know who it was. And then Joey Badass ends up being one of my favorite recent relevant rappers.
Joey Badass is one of my favorite rappers, too, for sure.
Yeah. He's a beast. He's a beast. I hate to see this whole like him versus the West Coast deal right now. It's like, nah, don't do that. But then I don't know if you've seen it, but it was Absol put out a pretty much like a live freestyle session, like mashup with him, Big Sean, and Joey Badass. And so that gave me some good feelings about like where this is going with like Joey Badass kind of like trying to go at the West Coast and put himself in a bad light.
Thing you said was him, Big Sean,
and Absol.
And Absol.
Yep, and Absol hosted it. Just because Absol and Joey Badass are tight, so I mean, no matter what like Joey Badass says about the West Coast, Absol's like, man, come on, get on my live segment, get on my live sesh. Let's do something together. That's
yeah.
This. But that's what I like to see out of Joey Badass is it's like it's all fun and games for him. He ain't sitting there like dropping personal drama. Badass is the main character in that one. And it's one of those movies that it really hits home, it hits deep. It's about him being stuck in this cycle of in a loop, reliving the same day over and over, where this cop pretty much profiles him and targets him and ends up killing him every single day, and he has to relive that day trying to do end up with different results every single day. And it's the craziest movie I've ever seen, honestly. It hits home. It's a movie it's special to me, and Joey Badass does an amazing job in that movie, honestly. And it came out in 2020. I believe it's still on Netflix just because it is a Netflix film. But it's just one of those movies that you got to see it if you really want to. If you're into like those kind of loopy movies where it's like you're living in a loop and trying to come up with different results.
Yeah, I feel like they're making a lot of those. Or they were making a lot of those from like 2020 to like 2023.
Yeah, and when this movie came out, it was like a special time in like just politics, the world. We had just gone through the pandemic. It just started at this point. Obviously, like the police profiling and racism was at like an all-time high at that moment. So it really hit home for a lot of people that understood it and really had to live those lives. Just because, I mean, I've had to go through it. Me being a person of color, I've been profiled many times, and I've lived that life where you're just looked at differently to society. You're looked at. You deal with struggles that other people cannot ever imagine. They don't know what it's like having to be a person of color living in today's world.
Oh man, it is definitely, and not just just doing anything, right? So. Yeah, it is cool to see a lot of that being portrayed. Yeah. I think it's still being portrayed, and you're starting to see, even in movies like, Sinners, you're starting to see like little, what's the word? Superstitions, right? Superstitions from like the Black communities, even, You're starting to see, and I imagine you'll see it in all other communities too. You know, it's crazy, but it is cool to be able to see like that stuff start to be able to be highlighted, I guess, because it is a reflection of who we are. So like, you know, seeing artists like Joey Badass and for a while, you know, even Childish Gambino when he was doing his thing with Atlanta, you know, be able to see them do movies and stuff like that where it is like, oh gosh, it's crazy. Crazy how real it is.
Yeah, definitely. And it's just one of those crazy things, honestly, that you don't know until you see, you don't know until you witness. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but there was the people the wife and husband that just got pardoned by President Trump, who the husband had came out and he's white, very Caucasian, and he openly talked about one of his first interviews at getting out after the pardon was talking about the racial difference of being in federal institutions, the things that he got that he saw others not get because they're people of color.
Yeah.
And so he got to see that whole craziness happen in real time, and he said it changed a lot of the way he looks at stuff and thinks about everything. So crazy to see, you know, stuff like that happen, and people have to go through what people of color had gone through for so long, man. Every single day.
Right. Like, yeah, you're just seeing a glimpse of it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
And you didn't have to live
be
it.
incarcerated to see that.
Yeah, you didn't have to live it. You just saw it.
Yeah.
You're just a witness.
Yeah, very true, right? But I think it's important for people to witness it though as well. I think it's important for it to be something that, you know, people still learn about, even if they don't experience it firsthand, quite honestly. Like,
yeah,
especially if it's stuff, you know, with stuff that's still going on, you know, nowadays, you know, in this day and age, this past week, you know, so it's good to be able to highlight that in every way that we can nowadays. I think,
yep.
You know.
But I'm a true believer that there's only one race, the human race. We all gotta watch each other's backs, no matter what. I always got every person's back that's around me that has my back. You know, I don't care.
Sure, you got to nowadays, man.
Yeah, I don't care where you come from, what you did, anything like that. You got my back, I got yours.
Mm-hmm. We're all about to be in the same boat sooner than later.
Yep.
It's unfortunate, but hey, is there anything else? Any updates from New Music Fridays?
Yeah, definitely. Rolling back into the music, I would say. We touched on, you know, the Absol, Big Sean, and Joey Badass, the stream that they did, that was pretty fire. That only came out about a week ago or so. Mm-hmm. But just as of lately, we had one of my favorites that I've been bumping nonstop, Ski Mask the Slum God, came out with Catch Me Outside 2. That track goes crazy. It kind of really brought back that style of hip hop that seems like it's fading out with, you know, the deaths of Juice WRLD, Triple X, with people falling off like Trippie Redd. He ain't relevant really anymore, honestly. But Ski Mask holding it strong for the SoundCloud era. That SoundCloud era artists is all but over, except for Mr. Ski Mask, the Slum God. He came out with Catch Me Outside 2. And that song, it brings it back. It brings it back to a special place just because, I mean, I was a SoundCloud rapper. I mean,
right.
That's where me and you posted all our stuff. That's where we became locally relevant. And, you know, that's where I still got my SoundCloud. It's still strong. It's where I post all my stuff. So I got a heart for anybody that can come up and build something off of a free platform like SoundCloud.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
go ahead.
So we got that. We got a new album from JID. JID released his album. I haven't gotten to listen to it too much, but from what I hear, the small bits that I've heard, it's a banger. It's a good album so far. From what I heard, it's a world of difference from.
I'm sure it is. I hadn't got a chance to check it out.
Yeah, but it's a world of difference from the other like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
and
good
so
drill music.
yeah, it's a good song. Definitely, I like it a lot. NBA YoungBoy came out with a new album, "Make America Slime Again." Not the biggest NBA YoungBoy fan, but I mean, I like to promote any and every kind of new music from a major artist and all that. And I would consider him a major artist because he's highly relevant. Everybody knows who he is, even if they don't like him. So
I rock with NBA YoungBoy. I like his tracks.
I think he gets his feelings hurt a little easier than others.
Oh, I don't follow him like that.
Somebody said something about him in a track. If he takes it negatively, man, he's going after you. So it's just like, man,
yeah,
he goes all in. But then, yeah, we got a new song from Chance the Rapper, Lil Wayne, and
oh
Speed
yes, I heard that this morning actually.
Tree. What were your thoughts on it?
I mean, it's Chance and Lil Wayne, you know, and who else? Smino, right? It's you know, it's. I think Chance is the perfected. His flow is the perfected flow version of Lil Wayne's flow, or from Lil Wayne's tree, right? From Lil Wayne's flow tree, is probably the best offset out of all the Lil Wayne style rappers or sing rap rappers. I don't know what you call it. Yeah. Anyway, I thought it was a good track. I thought it was probably one of my favorite Chance tracks that I've heard from Chance in a while. I don't know, Lil Wayne's verse is a little bit like he just kind of threw it on there at the end, but it still hit. I thought it hit. It went off, but
that's how I feel about the whole Carter 6 album, man.
Yeah, like it still hits, but it's just like he just threw it on there, just did it.
Yeah. There's no continuation of the greatness that the Carter series carries.
Dang. Some heat right there. No greatness from the Carter series anymore.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, you hear him? Come on here and talk to us about it.
Change my mind. Change
your mind. Come on the show. No.
Yeah.
But I thought Tree was good. I thought it was about weed, right? I thought it was about smoking, right? That's what I took from it. I think I take that from everything. No, but that's what I took from it. I thought it was just a good, genuine Chance the Rapper type, feel good type song, but then it's about smoking. You're like, oh dang.
Right.
Let me see. And pull it up.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what I got from it too. You know, and it seems to be a good song to carry his legacy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like,
because Ye almost took him out of the game completely.
And they remixed NDRE, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's what it was, right? The sample they did.
Mm-hmm.
That is dope. About their mom. Okay. No life or habits, issues, there will never be a problem with the weed. Yeah. That was super chill, laid back too. Like Chance just can get you in that vibe, like any moment he wants to. And they're gonna have a tied up once it's legalized because it is a trend. My mama had to work. My mama had to birth. My mama drove to church in iron shirts and kept a smirk. And I think my mama must have worked at saltine at the factor. Why? She came home crying, said, I'm tired of these crackers. I roll up for pretty girls that's on their grind getting paid. I roll up for women who like want no crystal stack. I feel like Chance has really been in his bag lately, though. Like showing, like, yo, I got lyrics.
Right.
Smoking on big Uncle Sam. Dispensary weed is a government scam. My cousin, my weed man, the plug is my man. My whole life look like I've been rubbing on lamp. The blunt like I rolled up a rug in my hand. Stop, look, duck in my hand. If it ain't a buck in my hand, just full of bullets, I'm flipping a bird. It's a plane, so don't give a fuck in my hand. If we roll up, we flame up. Yes, we flame up. If we pull up, ain't no change up. Don't play with our money, it's dangerous. Ain't no more sharecropping. This for my mama. I promise I'm fucking the game up. This for my ladies that's making it happen. You ready? I'm ready to play.
And it's a good summer banger too.
Yeah, definitely. It's got summer vibes.
I think it's definitely a summer banger for sure. Guys, hit that like button. You're chilling with Gemini, Statik at the bus stop.
She told me,
We
son, don't
vibing.
worry, don't you have no shame. There's gonna be frustration in this white man's game, and they're gonna have us tied up once it's legalized, because it is a trend.
Like my girls, like we homegrown, and she gets strong, she gets strong. All the casa Negroes on, but it gets strong, pretty smoky.
If you're watching this, comment in. Is this cool or corny? How you feeling about
Great.
it?
So smart.
My mama had to work, yeah. My stepdaddy had to work. Don't expect me to pass the perp, cause past the perp ain't at this church. So God forgive me, holy smokes, like religion. I be smoking like an engine, can't play poker like syringes. Blow a pound like I'm Jenny Craig. I'm cold as Winnipeg. When me and Chance smoking them plants, return to Bill and Ted. All my weed be strictly meds. My blunt be thick as legs. Yellow Percocets, white Percocets look like grits and eggs. Smoke a blunt for Chirac. Catch a contact, I don't know where my eyes at. They on her thigh tat, I'm sorry I got sidetracked. But I'ma hit you with a sidebar. You could pull up in the fly car, I'ma pull off in the flying car. That's cap if they say recap. I crack they freaking kneecaps, and Chance give me a 3 cap to cover up all these naps. A dreadlock rasta, bandana red like pasta. I steal a nigga bitch like a monster. My mama used to always keep a little bit of drum.
I mean, I don't know. I just ride with Lil Wayne though. It takes a really weird song for me to like any Lil Wayne song for him though.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
gonna rock with it regardless.
And that's where I give him his flowers, definitely. Is, I mean, even at his worst verse is better than most people's best.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. I think it's cool. I give it cool for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But I'd say my track of the week has definitely got to be the Ski Master Slum God Catch Me Outside too. That's what I've been heavily bumping.
Let's play it.
They got an official music video for it as well.
Oh yeah, we do right here. Hold on, I don't know why I didn't pull it up the first time, bud. Let's get her going. Yeah.
Put some holes in them like a damn cheese grater. Clean cut in this bitch, I'm a lifesaver. Too much game, no lightning, McQueen bitch. I pull shit, like my damn name made her. All black fit, fuck a Darth Vader. I'm like, go see how I'm coming after the paper. Everything I do, they jacket just like a blazer. Got them all appalled, they shop Mr. Bills on me blue, like a bruise. Better yet, who are you? I be in the cut like I got me an open wound. I think I'm a creature was born in the Black Lagoon. Bills on me blue, like a bruise. Better yet, who are you? I be in the cut like I got me an open wound. I think I'm a creature was born in the Black Lagoon. Wavy like water on the Loch Ness Monster. Why you like to copy me among us in Boston? I'm not from the South, I pull up in a flying saucer. I am one of one, I ain't on no bitch roster. I'm Mr. Get It Done, son of a gun. Told you I'm in all black, looking like a nun. Them numbers that you proud of be inflated, long. Every time I'm in the stool, backwards red rum. Getting cheese, no Danish. Chips famous. Knowing niggas stay with chopsticks like Raymond. That's because they stay be trying to bite like Cayman. And I got a death note, I'm about to write your name in. Shout out my mucus, be shooting shit like George Lucas. Know I get under these skins, something like lupus. I took a break and never fall off, you doofus. How I be spitting fire, they think my name toothless. Madagascar to work, I like to move it. Get that shit in order, get it straight, Rubik's Cubit. S-ranked hunter, need a nerf to say reduce it. Can't believe my music, it's a dream, but it's lucid. I'm with my dog Jimmy Nude, Shauna Garden. Like a Navy SEAL, the way I talk about water. Waving this stick around, Harry Potter. Leave me in the room with a beat, it's a slaughter. Mr. Bills on me blue, like a bruise. Better yet, who are you? I be in the cut like I got me an open wound. I think I'm a creature was born in the Black Lagoon. Bills on me blue, like a bruise. Better yet, who are you? I be in the cut like I got me an open wound. I think I'm a creature was born in the Black Lagoon.
Really, what I think for me, what it is with what I love about the song is that if it isn't obvious with the samples, the beat scheme, everything involved with it, if you don't know, even myself, I'm a huge Missy Elliott fan. I love her production style. I love her lyricism. I love her productions. I love everything about Missy Elliott. She is one of the most underrated goats in hip hop. And that's where Ski Mask gets a lot of his influence from, especially with that song in particular, but a lot of his flows and all that. He heavily credits Missy Elliott for being a huge influence for him as well. So that's where it hits with me with that track. Are you muted right now?
I am muted right now. I was listening to that track and I was like, oh man, that got me to thinking like there are like a couple of major athletes out there who pretty much kind of did their thing, not necessarily the SoundCloud route because they had a little bit more to work with. But essentially, if they weren't athletes, they probably would have went SoundCloud.
Yeah. Definitely.
And yeah, I can definitely see the Missy influence too. Like, I think that was a Missy beat.
That's a Missy sample.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's Missy. 100%.
That was Let Me Twerk It, wasn't it? Flipping and reverse it. I think it was.
I think it really was a little bit of that too, for sure. In the claps, the tempo.
Let's see.
About to do the comparison. And then if y'all are listening, was that cool or corny? How you feel about that news?
Was that cool? Was that corny?
Could be
corny. But I was looking at this. Rappers or athletes turned rappers. So 7 best NBA players who drop rap bars. So we got Shaq.
Fit my shoes, close your eyes and get up in here and picture how it feels to be a king for a minute. Now feel it. Porsches, Benzes, pounds is endless. It's never hard to tell who my crew is in my circle. Try to get out that. I doubt that I hurt you. Player haters linger. This basketball swing. Staring at my grandmother's ring on my finger. Black tie affair, my suit.
Oh, Shaq back in his Kazam days.
Shaq in his Kazam days. Shazam days.
3LBJ, I'm right here, I ain't hiding, no needle, no hate. Dripping this hard gon' make me that whole nigga. Fuck it, I'm wasted. I'm kinda McGregor, me to the neck, I don't flock to no feather. Rolling no extra, but flooding my next one. Hop on the jet, get picked up in the Tesla. Bought it for fun, it's for flex.
That definitely say James is probably. And you're not a fan of Astronaut 2? That was your fan?
And I put that on my mommy. Straight from the town like Kalani. Raised in the jungle, Jumanji. No figures keep me in Tommy. I rock and I roll. You can get pop for the
you're not a fan of Shaq. You ain't a fan of Shaq.
I was like 7 years old. My diamonds got a bad old nigga. Fucking on waist. Drop a little dot on dialogue.
Yeah, Dame is definitely like the most.
He missed the moment though when he could have named himself Dame Time. To roll with that whole NBA status with it.
The NBA probably threatened him. They're like, you do it, you owe us $20 million everything you put out.
We copyrighted that. It's in your contract.
Yeah. And then you already know Joe. What's that? Master P.
Make them say,
Run around, I'm knocking out some heat. I'm down here slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you buzzers.
And then KD. You heard KD's track? Scared Money?
I think I have. I'm pretty sure.
That was made couldn't be scared money. Stop this round the clock, risking my life, plotting on the block, still milking change from it. From whenever the wind.
I'm just so glued to the basics. I wanted more room, so I copped the crib sitting adjacent. In this whole world, I'm Freddie Jason. I'm sitting in the places of great but never complacent. Yeah, baby, I'm a stoner. Yeah, I took that long walk up the hill that made me alone. And nah, baby, I don't like being humble. I hang with mongrels. Gotta pay attention. It's a God sitting amongst you, and you know it.
The money that was made couldn't be scared money. I had.
Yeah. And then AI.
AI.
For the year 2G, the rap game changed for one name. Jules aim and slain anything on this plane. Remains are found when the best kept secret get heated. You went platinum with a ghostwriter, so in the game you won, you cheated. My slang bang when you need it. Man enough to pull a gun, be man enough to squeeze it. Damn if you don't believe it. Anything to do with millions, I'ma be with it. Hats off to the hardcore niggas, fuck the rest. My guess y'all useless, just talking music. Never mistake me for a fake MC, you got the wrong identity. Nigga, I'm CT, get murdered in a second.
CTE.
He has that Virginia style to him.
Definitely has, yeah.
He's BA all day.
Even Shumpert.
I remember his Shumperts. My opinion, corny.
Corny.
Shumpert
On
corny.
the Shumpert song.
Oh yeah.
Over.
Dang. What about okay? Yeah, I'm with you there on that one. What about AI? Cool.
AI.
Corny.
Oh man, like I feel like it comes off as corny. I feel like he could have done better.
First degree, come at me with faggot tendencies, you be sleeping with a maggots be. Ain't not.
You be sleeping with a maggots be, bro. KD, cool or
KD,
corny?
Cool.
Yeah, especially since he said he'd be stoned.
Yep. That's where he's just like, I be smoking.
And the places are great, but never complacent. Yeah, baby, I'm a stoner. Yeah, I took that long.
Yeah, baby, I'm a stoner. KD said it. Y'all heard him.
Yep.
Cool. Definitely cool. Master P, make him say, hella
cool.
Definitely cool, right? It's right. The coolest athlete rapper.
The only dude to ever shrug off Suge Knight.
Jello. Tweaker featuring Lil Wayne. Where he gave Lil Wayne notes.
Yeah. I'd have to. I think he comes off as corny, but I think he has the ability to be cool. On this one specifically, corny.
All right. Dame,
cool.
Dollar, definitely cool. Shaq, the coolest.
He's the coolest when he's corny.
Yeah.
He's got that Will Smith type flow.
That Will Smith type vibe. Cool as can be. Hey, I mean, I feel like I get put in that category sometimes. Nothing wrong with being wholesome. You know what? I'm pretty sure Shaq sold more shoes than Jordan.
You're not wrong. It's because his are affordable.
They're not. Shaq just took over. There's a show about him. He just took over Reebok.
Yeah.
To help them change their image. The shoe's so horrible, bro. Now they want to compete with Nike. Who they go to? They went to Shaq. They didn't go to Jordan.
It's true. It's facts, man. Shaq, that man is the underground king when it comes to business ownership. That man has his hands in everything.
Everything.
He's like the new age Magic Johnson in terms of owning shit.
Him and Rick Ross.
Yeah. Rick Ross with his Buffalo Wild Wings.
I got 20 Kookaroos. Sorry, you have 21. 21. What do you say? Get him to the Greek. That didn't age well. Oh, you see? Diddy got off.
He got off.
Did he do it? Did he not do it? I don't know. Who knows? But
he did it. He did it on 2 of the 5 cases.
Those are like misdemeanors, though, right?
Yeah, he's looking at like 2 years with time served.
Damn. Yeah, that's money.
Yeah, it's like 2 to 5 years with time served. When he was looking at 20 plus.
Money.
Yep.
Money get you what you need, man. Get you what you need, man. Well,
Wow.
shoot, bro. I feel like this is a good point. It's a great show.
Great show.
A little hectic getting started, but we got it up and going.
That's how it goes when you're at the bus stop, man. You never know if the bus is going to be here on time. You're calling.
It's don't start all the time. Sometimes you just can't get it going, right? We just can't move it. But once we get it going, though, we're rolling.
Yep.
No. Yeah, no, it's a good show.
As long as you got your bus pass, you're good. You'll see it.
Right. We had Mr. Sam Shady himself up in the house for a bit.
Yep.
We'll have to get Coach Cody on for sure. That was my fault. I screwed up the time, so we'll get them back on. I know he had some players with him, so we'll definitely get that on here. And then yeah, man, hopefully the Nuggets figure it out with the center.
Yeah. We'll be back next week with hopefully some highlights on a new signing of another center.
Right? It's so crazy, man. This offseason, it's been Nuggets and Broncos. Who do you think has had the best offseason? I think we asked it already, but now with this Valanciunas news, who do you think's had the best offseason?
It's a question for the audience for sure. We definitely want y'all's opinion. In my opinion, I'd say the Broncos kind of own the offseason.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, the Broncos have had signings of signings, honestly, with Ingram, with I think it's the Samoan dude from 49ers. And then we
Ufunga.
Yep, and then Greenlaw, and then the draft signing of Harvey. I think the Broncos killed it. I think
it kind of goes hand in hand though, because I'm pretty sure Greenlaw's hurt, so you kind of compare that to Valanciunas leaving. Then you look at it, but then the Broncos did have their draft too, though, so they were able to draft what's his name in the first round, Jahdae Barron. They were able to get.
Yeah, but we also got Alex Singleton coming back too, out of injury.
Exactly, we got Singleton coming back. We changed up our running back room. We changed up our linebacker room. We got our safety shored up with the solid vet. We got our wide receiver room sorted out, I think.
Yeah.
I think, gosh, it's just crazy. It's been an exciting offseason, though. It feels like the regular season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the Broncos cleaned house. I think that they're definitely looking for the best outcome of what they've been able to do in the offseason. I think the Nuggets had it, and then it slipped away with Jonas Valanciunas. So, really, it's just cleaning that up. Seeing how we can move on from having that clear signing, just because everyone was scared. Everyone was predicting the Nuggets to be championship level, and saying that if you don't have the Nuggets predicted to win this next year, you're dumb. And then we had these last-second changes at the center position. So, I mean, that set us back a little bit, but how far back?
We'll see, because I think, after the moves, I think Vegas put them at the second best odds behind OKC. So, it was a humongous jump. Like literally, they instantly became the most exciting team that's not average age under 23 years old, right? They became instantly the most exciting team made up of veterans.
Yeah. And and that was the thing that I feel like the Nuggets did take the edge on. Was the signing of Bruce Brown and Tim Hardaway and putting him at vet minimums. It's like, how do you talk them into that, man? That is crazy. It's crazy.
And maybe they can run some lineups too, because I mean Cam Johnson's like 6'8" or something. I think maybe they can run some lineups. Oh, we get we forgot about Daron Holmes?
Yeah, no, I mentioned Holmes.
Yeah, so him. He's a big guy. So I just want Joker to be able to rest at least a third of the regular season.
Yeah. And, we still hopefully Peyton Watson does some improvements on his offensive side this offseason and all that, because if he can come back and play both sides of the court, he's something to be reckoned with, a force to be reckoned with, because, I mean, Swatson is Swatson, man. You cannot outrun that man. You can't outjump him.
Mm-hmm. That is so true. No, hopefully Julian Schroeder can, again, the same thing, kind of do the same thing on the other side of the ball, up his defense, right? Because he's a big defensive liability. So if we could put them two together, if they can both get it right on their, the opposing side of the ball, man, we will have a solid core, because we shouldn't even have to use Tim Hardaway that much. Bruce Brown, he's going to be playing between point guard and shooting guard, so hopefully we don't have to, we can play sets with, him running the point and maybe not have Tim Hardaway, because we still got to save those guys for the playoffs as well, too, just like Joker. So if we're going to be trying to get to the promised land. We got to have everybody there, and we can't be running them ragged. And I think that's the thing. Like, Adam was not afraid to play any lineup, so I just think hopefully we can put it together, man.
Right, exactly, and that's what I'm looking forward to as well. Is just the ability for Adelman to just really say, this lineup ain't working, and just switching it all up, as opposed to running with the same program, and being like, no, I got to rely on these guys.
That's so true. Well, shoot, man, it's a good show. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Over here in Broncos land, Nuggets world. I love it, man. Let's get the show rocking. We're gonna roll into this Broncos season, man. Come on, training camp starts on July 25th.
Can't forget the Denver Barbarians.
Yeah, we're gonna follow. Oh man, you guys gonna hear about the Denver Barbarians on here? Hear about the Spartans more. When you guys send money to my Zelle, we'll have Spartans jerseys for the both of us, for sure. I know Sam said he had 5, and Beautiful Bearded Bastards had 5, so that's 10. I got it. My Zelle, it's under my email address, so just to make it easy for you guys, it's geminimt@gmail.com. Zelle.
And I guess last thing we can touch on is that women's soccer team that's coming in. They are finalizing a name for them. It's down to the last 6. It's either going to be Denver Peak Football Club, the Denver Elevate Football Club, Denver Gold Football Club, Denver Football Club, the Colorado 14ers Football Club, and Colorado Summit Football Club. I like the 14ers, the Colorado 14ers Football Club.
CFC.
Yeah.
I like the Summit.
Colorado Summit Football Club.
Yeah.
Do we like Denver or Colorado for the name of them? Do they represent the city or the state?
Denver.
So
has to be Denver.
Denver Summit Football Club.
I feel like, well, no, I guess that Avalanche are pretty big in their own right.
Yeah.
Denver Gold. Yeah, see, they can't do Denver Gold because when, we get another football team here for the UFL, they're going to be the Denver Gold, so.
Well, it also plays into the Nuggets, too, with that name. You got Nuggets, you got Gold.
That's true. That could be a good one. Or Colorado Gold Football Club.
The Corny would be the Elevate, and the Cool would be the 14ers for me.
Okay. I think Corny for me would be Peak. And then Cool would have to be either Summit or now I like Gold. No, I'm thinking about that.
Those are the 6 finalist names for the teams. So we'll see. Maybe we'll next week have the finalized name for you then.
So did they say when they'll have a date?
It does not specify, but the stadium isn't scheduled to be completed until the end of this year anyway, so they won't be.
So they have some time
next year. Yeah.
Are they planning to play next season?
Yeah, 2026.
Man, that's gonna be fire. We're gonna have to get some tickets to that. That's a new stadium.
Season tickets for $100.
Oh, season tickets for $100. Let's go.
I don't know if they are, but
new stadium for them, and then 2030, 2031 new Broncos stadium. And then around there, 2029 to 2032, new Nuggets arena.
Yeah. The deposit for the season tickets is going to be $30.
For the soccer team?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So probably honestly starting in some semi-decent seats, so looking at probably $300 to $600 for the entire season, depending on how many games there are.
Yeah. No, that should be a fun time.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? Because I know the women's national team is pretty fire, so I can imagine the games from the intramurals. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Smaller teams.
Yeah, no, and I can see it being, with the whole mindset of, being able to build and design things how they want to. I can see it being a great experience, a fan experience to go to that stadium. So everything brand new.
Well, because they're building a whole little city, though. They're building a whole little town.
And that's what they're looking at doing with where that was the overall goal with the Denver Broncos was they wanted to build a small like shopping city around the stadium, but then it turned into a whole bunch of disapproving permits from the city because they don't own the land. So that's why they wanted to make this move, because they want it to be the Walmart shopping complex featuring the Denver Broncos, essentially.
Well, especially once you see what the Nuggets are about to do.
Yeah.
What the Kroenkes are about to do with the Nuggets, and in the Avalanche, they're basically about to make their own little town too, right there downtown. So they own their stuff, and they just bought up all that land right there they just bought up Elitch's and
and Kroenke's own Elitch's too. So if he wants to, he can move that. It's one of those things where the moral of this story is good luck finding parking if you're going to go to a game.
Well, I just read something. I just saw something that they're about to open up. They're about to change the parking.
Yeah, but that Ball Arena, they're just getting rid of it completely, essentially. It's going to be by rail only.
As well. Yeah, see a Colfax, man. It's just freaking crazy what they're doing to it downtown.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, shoot, man. I got to move it on.
Same.
It was a fire show. We just kept it going. That was pretty amazing. Yo, guys, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Hit that little bell to remind you to catch up with us every Saturday morning over here in the bus stop. And then before us, too, you can catch some arena football action at Around the Indoor World. I think that's what it's called. Sam always gets mad at me for getting the name wrong. But it's Around the Indoor Football World. There we go. I was close. So
Around the Indoor is still outdoors, technically, isn't it?
Shoot. Yeah, we'll definitely get a UFL team, especially once the Broncos move and then they have that stadium open and available. Then we could just move a UFL team right into it.
Yep. And then you got fantasy reports on Sundays and Tuesdays, or just Sundays?
Well, Tuesdays right now, thinking I might do Sundays. I might bring Sundays back early. Sundays are going to be my start set injury report updates Sunday mornings at 7:30. So maybe tomorrow I might wake up early and get something going. I'm about to ramp it up, but definitely once the season gets going, we'll have Sundays. But right now, for sure, Tuesdays, you can catch fantasy reports. Yeah. But I mean, gosh, man, we got so much going on. There's other shows. There's Dynasty Reports. There's Eagles Elite. There's Monarchs of Wrestling. So Shady Sports, we got our full lineup, man. So head over to Shady Sports on YouTube, on Facebook, Spotify, Discord, wherever you get your music or listen to your sports or whatever it is you watch. Come check us out. We got plenty of stuff, man.
Yep, we are not the only show under this brand. So there's something for everybody. Something for everybody.
Right? We're just the most fire one. Sit right there. So come rock with us every Saturday morning. Show will be at 9:30 Mountain Time, somewhere around there. We'll get it started around then. Come hang out with us and just talk sports. Specifically Denver sports. A lot of rap, a lot of hip-hop, but sports in general. We're just going to be talking it.
Yep.
Thank you guys for joining us. It was a good show, though. You got anything to add there, Statik?
Just make sure you get your bus pass by subscribing to us, man. Make sure that you're tuning in. Make sure you're commenting, sharing. It goes a long way with us. We appreciate everybody, as always. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you check out our channel. See all the other shows we got going on. You might catch me and Gemini on another one. You never really know where we're going to be at any given time.
Right.
Those special appearances. You're going to see some more guests up on our show at the bus stop. So you'll see us coming live from a location, whether it be a game, a concert. Keep tuning in with us, and we got something for everybody, man.
Yeah, we do, for sure. That is the truth, for sure. Well, yeah, guys, it's been a good show. Until next week, keep it live, keep that vibe going, and look out for that new music Friday, so we can talk about it next week. Shady Sports Network. This has been the Bus Stop. I'm Gemini, that's Statik. Have a good rest of your weekend.
Peace.
I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.
changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.